After all that cleanup, it is finally time to get planting. The fun stuff begins. But first, I wanted to give an update on the radishes I planted in my first video. So let's go take a look. So it's been almost 2.5 weeks since I first planted out this bed. And as you can see, everything is starting to sprout. Pretty much everything has germinated. My radishes here are doing the best. They actually came up pretty quick. So this first row here is Cherry Bell, and then Pink Lady, and the last row is my French dressing. The Pink Lady have done the worst compared to the other two. At least I still got some germinating, but they didn't come up as much, not sure why. So I'm going to be thinning my radishes. I just have my clippers here. These are the smallest clippers I have, and I'm not pulling out the roots because I don't want to disturb the other radishes near them. So I'll just be going through, and I believe for radishes, you want 1 radish every inch. So I will go down the line and clean them up a bit. So there we have it. All the radishes have been thinned, so now they have a little bit more space to grow out. So it's always hard when you're thinning out your vegetables because it kind of feels like wasting them. But the good thing about radishes is the little sprouts are edible. So I did save them, and I will definitely be eating them later because they are quite tasty. Next up was planting my lettuce. I had about 4 or 5 varieties of lettuce, some butter lettuce and romaine lettuce. After I dug some holes, I very carefully had to separate the seedlings. I had 2 seedlings per plant cell. They were a little hard to get out of this container here, and then I very carefully just separated them by the roots and planted them in each hole. I may have mentioned this before, but at the time of planting, the weather was a little warm, and after this, we had a bit of a heat wave. So I was worried, or am still worried, that the lettuce may bolt prematurely before I actually get to enjoy anything. So fingers crossed they do make it. It's been a week and a half since I planted all my lettuce in the beds, and everything is looking very nice. I was worried when I first transplanted the lettuce that the earwigs would eat all of the seedlings because I have seen a bunch crawling around, but for the most part, they did leave everything alone. Initially, I had sprinkled all of the lettuce with cinnamon, but that did get kind of annoying because I had to reapply it every time after watering. So then I just kind of stopped, and surprisingly, everything is still here. I do have these romaine are getting attacked by something. That one's not too bad. But then I have this one over here. It is not doing so great. So I don't know what's eating it, but the other ones look good. I also planted some herbs and onions, and then some chives as well. So these are purple bunching onions, which I'm not really sure how to plant them. I had individually separated the onions, so we will see how they grow. And then the chives here, I just have 3 chives. They're growing kind of slow, but so far so good. Another project we had was putting in a trellis between these 2 beds here. Now, I had watched quite a few videos on YouTube on putting in these cattle panel trellis, and they make it look so easy. But getting the T-posts into the ground is a lot harder than it looks. Maybe our soil is just really dense compared to other people, but it took us a while just to dig the holes deep enough to secure the T-posts. Once we got them in, we had 2 trellises that we put on each end of the bed. It was a little tricky getting them secure with the little T-post hook that comes with the trellis, but eventually we were able to get everything in place. And I really loved how they turned out. I can't wait till midsummer where the trellis are overflowing with the lush leaves and just creating a little bit of a whimsical look. So can't wait to see how these progress. Here we have all of my seedlings. So everything on this table, aside from the 2 marigolds and the snapdragon, were started from seed. Every week I'm starting more things. I have a bunch of flowers that I just started the other day. And I also did start some more tomatoes, which I don't even know if I'll have space for them, but I am a sucker for slicer tomatoes. So I keep seeing varieties and wanting to buy them. We will see where they go because I'm not quite sure yet. So let's talk game plan into how and what I'm going to be planting. So I have been using the Epic Gardening Planner, which has been really great. I mapped out my entire backyard, placed my beds, and since last month, I've been moving things around on how I wanna set things up. Initially, I thought I would use 2 of these beds to grow melons. I have cantaloupe and a seedless watermelon. However, I'm now realizing that if I put melons into one of these beds, it's pretty much taking up all the space. And these beds, I know the dirt is great, whereas the pool back there, I said before, the dirt is not so great. I'm gonna have to amend it with some fertilizer. So I'm not a big, watermelon cantaloupe person. So if I plant my melons in the pool and they don't do great, not a big deal. Whereas if I plant all my tomatoes in the pool and none of them make it because of the poor soil, I will be very sad. For me, gardening is all about tomatoes. So I'm putting most of my tomatoes in the 3 beds here to guarantee I will get some. One thing I'll add about these trellis, I'm actually glad that they were a little short to not fill the whole length of the bed because I still have space in here where I can access this area of the bed. Otherwise, if this was all blocked off with trellis, I would have to be reaching across, and it's doable. I mean, they are only 4 feet wide, but this makes it a whole lot easier. So here we have the plants I will be putting up along the trellis. I have some tomatoes, a cucumber. I also have some peas I'll be direct sowing. These flowers here, well, the alyssum I grew from seed. They're just barely starting to bloom. My marigolds are not blooming yet, so all the marigolds you see here are going to be nursery bought. So the first tomato I am going to be planting is Super Sweet 100. It's the only cherry tomato I have this year. I do like cherry tomatoes, but I feel like I get overwhelmed. They do produce so many. Last year I had 3 sun gold plants and it was way too many cherry tomatoes for me and my husband. So this year I'm only doing 2. I'm gonna have 1 here and then 1 on the other side so they will meet at the top and create a nice luscious tomato tunnel for me. So the first one will go, I've never grown on against a trellis before, so I guess we'll just put it right up against. Oh, and I forgot with tomatoes, you are supposed to bury them a little. So I'm going to remove the bottom leaves here so I can bury it a little deep. I mean, it's a little awkward working around the trellis, but it is doable. There, first tomato of the season. And as it grows up, I will just weave it in and out against the trellis here so it will support itself. And on this side is where I'm going to put some peas. So here I will put my easy peasy shelling pea, and then on the other side will be a sugar snap pea. And I'm not sure on spacing here, it says, so 2 inches apart. Maybe I'll do 4, we'll see. 1 inch deep, so I'll just make, kind of just guessing here, but we'll see. So there are my shelling peas, and I will leave this here so I can make a little tag so I don't forget what's what. And then right here in between the tomato and the peas, I will put a marigold, which this is a very awkward planting spot, but marigolds I'm only planting once. I'm not harvesting, so that'll be fine. So I'll do a marigold in between everything I do on the trellis, and then on the side, I'll just put some sweet alyssum. I heard someone say online that marigolds stink, and they just smell like flowers to me. So I was expecting marigolds to be super stinky, but they actually are quite nice. I've never planted marigolds before. Everyone keeps saying that they are great for deterring root knot nematode, keeping pests away, so we'll see how they actually do. Moving on, we have on this side, I'm going to be putting green zebra. This is a green tomato, which I've never had before. They're not too big, so they look fun, and we'll see how those come out. And then adjacent to it, I will be planting mojito cucumbers. I didn't realize when I bought them they were what's called a tunneling cucumber, which I've never planted cucumbers before. So the label said tunneling cucumbers are primarily for growing indoors in a greenhouse, but it's really warm where I live, so I figure a trellis outside in Central California will be just as good. So both of these I'm going to plant the same on both sides. On the mojito cucumber, I am realizing there is a couple baby cucumbers, and I'm just going to pinch these off because I want the plant to focus on growing and not producing fruit yet. So any little buds I see forming on my cucumber, squash, or even tomatoes, I will be snipping those away. So I've got everything along the trellises planted out. Everything is looking quite small right now, but hopefully in a few months I have a nice luscious canopy of tomatoes and cucumbers providing shade for me, but also for my lettuce and herbs here. Since I have the sun setting over here, the hope is that my lettuce will survive a little longer, and I'll put some more delicate herbs here, and over time this part of the fence will shade them out so that they only get the morning sun. So I am definitely looking forward to seeing how that turns out. So it is way too hot right now for me. I think I'm going to be calling it a day. It's about 80 degrees right now, and I will resume gardening work once the weather cools off in a few days. I was able to get a couple of the tomatoes and cucumbers in, and at least those can start growing. Everything else that I wanted to put in the beds, the other tomatoes, eggplants, and peppers, are still not quite ready. I need to give them some more time to grow, and then I'll be filling in the rest of my beds. And I still have the pool that needs to get filled with my squash and melons. So I'll be showing that in my next video. So stay tuned, and thanks for joining.